You are listening to the People First podcast.
People First is a self-advocacy group run by people with learning disabilities, and People First podcast is a platform to raise awareness about real issues that affect people with learning disabilities in our community and all around the world.
We aim to inform and entertain our listeners by interviewing interesting guests and talking about the things that really matter to us. This is like having a stage to speak out and get our voices heard.
Hi, I'm Catrina. I work at People First Keighley in Craven. One of my friend's mums recently asked me if I could give a talk on being strong and kindness, because I like kindness. No, I'm a bit obsessed with it really. I've been asked to do this talk. It's for bringing us together. It's a wonderful charity, and I had a great time. My name's Catrina Farnell. I'm a disabled woman. I became disabled in 2012 due to cauda equina syndrome, and I now live with something that's called autonomic dysreflexia. I have carers with me all the time because it's a life-threatening condition. But today I'd like to talk to you about the power of kindness. It's something that has sustained me, and I'd like to share with you why. The pandemic of COVID-19 has forced us all to slow down. In early 2019, we were all driving down that motorway of life with our minds on our individual destinations. But then COVID-19 hit, and it forced us all to slow down and to think collectively. It became impossible not to see the other drivers on the road. The imbalance between the drivers became undeniable. Why were some people driving fast cars and others crawling their way in rusty, burnt-out bangers? In this analogy, I'd like to say that all the people in the fancy cars had opened the doors to the people who were struggling, but most of them didn't. I personally think it's out of fear. The reason we don't all share cars in the first place, and we don't have the same opportunities. The fear of change is just too much for some. I believe fear is a bit like a cancer of the soul. It disconnects you from others and can dominate your every thought. I believe that the cure for this disease of fear is kindness. Here's why. When I was 9 years old, I was taken under the wing of my mum's friend, Jerry. My father was terminally ill, so I spent a lot of time at Jerry's house with her young baby Maya. I loved Maya in a way that I'd never loved anyone before. It was a mix of a desire to protect her and unconditional love. And at such a hard time in my life, Jerry and Maya brought such a pure joy to my heart. It was incredible to watch Maya grow. Then when I was 12, my brother and sister-in-law told me they were going to have a baby. I was worried. I couldn't comprehend there being any more love in my body to give to another person. I seriously stressed about whether I was going to be a good auntie or not. Then Harry was born, and as if by magic, I found an abundance of love and appreciation that I could never have imagined before his birth. And so my life continued, with 7 nephews and nieces, 7 godchildren, all my friends that came into my life. My life even opened up to the possibility of romantic love. Looking back to the time when I thought I had no room left at 12 years old, it was like the Big Bang had occurred deep within me and a universe of love just appeared. It was like an explosion of discovery and love, and that continued. Some people build big walls around their love to protect it, so they don't get hurt, and I definitely get that. Being hurt and losing something or someone is incredibly painful. Some question whether the love was worth the pain. and then they shield themselves from getting hurt again in the future. And I guess that mirrors the same quandary that some disabled people grapple with. Is my physical pain that I endure worth it? I'm lucky that my answer has always been a resounding yes. Just like that 12-year-old girl thought there was no love left before Harry, I'd found some pretty sad periods after becoming disabled when I questioned whether there was any life left for me, and I reached some of the lowest of lows. But then a transcendent shift occurred within me, where my life blossomed into directions I never knew possible. I'd been in bed for 16 months. I couldn't sit up or stand because I had a CSF leak, so I had to be in the dark for about 16 months. And after I'd had the surgery for that, to fix it, I began using my voice and my experience to help others. And I didn't think I had anything of worth to give to others. But I just used my passion for life to try and help others. And I did help people with the same condition as me at the Cauda Equina Syndrome Association. And I finally understood that no matter the good or the bad, I'd always be able to find the kindness for others, and that would sustain me. I realised that kindness was a bit like my superpower, that it fueled my spirit. And as time moved on, I began to love myself more because of my kindness. The biggest change in my life happened when I shone that light of kindness inwards. The unconditional love that I had always given to my loved ones finally started to encompass myself, and I became stronger when I stopped expecting myself to be perfect. I had never expected those around me to be perfect, so why was I expecting myself to be? Being kind to myself was the most important kindness of all. It's something I have to actively work on though. Through kindness, my life has become so much richer and vibrant. And no, I don't have a thick skin and I'm not tough, but my thin skin allows my love and my light to diffuse into the world and directly to those around me. And the connection we make, it's a beautiful feeling. Ram Dass talks about being able to walk down the street and just feel love for everyone you meet. And I connected to that idea in such a profound way. My physical pain makes a lot of the time hard. And mixed in with some emotional pain, it's harder still. But I like to think of it like this. The deeper the pain drills inside me, the more room for the love and the light to flood in. Kindness can all too often be seen as a negative. You're too nice, you're too soft, people will take advantage, some will say. But if my love and kindness is infinite, as I think it is, then why am I holding it back for just those who are deemed worthy of it? And who am I to judge who deserves kindness and who doesn't? I don't think that an ability to be hard helps anyone deal with the trauma and pain of disability. Kindness, on the other hand, it spreads joy. It makes me personally feel strong. And even if I'm in the worst medical situation possible, if I am able to speak, I am able to say thank you. I will be kind. That strength, resilience, and power of appreciation is something that has come to me with time and perspective, and a lot of deep assessments about what is important to me in life. I'm often told that the world is complicated, that things are not as simple as that I can be naive in my thinking. Well, I reject that notion. I think that kindness is always the answer. If everyone chose the kind path, imagine the world we'd live in. Our current world doesn't yet fully see the value of kindness. And if I were ever to have children, which I hope one day I will, I won't be telling them stories that I was told, with plot lines of women who have to lose the voice to marry a prince, or gets captured and imprisoned by a beast until she falls in love with him. And I won't be singing, clap handies, till daddy comes home, daddy's got pennies and mummy's got none. I'm not repeating and reaffirming these old prejudices that don't model kindness. I'm not going to take part in teaching our children to aspire to be the prince or the princess in a story. Many of my friends may think I'm hypocritical by saying this because I love Disney, which, again, I'm proud of. But the characters that I admire in those stories are not the classical protagonists. And this is a common theme that I found in a lot of stories. I love the fairy godmother who wants to help Cinderella, or Mrs. Potts and Lumiere in Beauty and the Beast, who treat others around them kindly. I never wanted to be Dorothy in Wizard of Oz. I always wanted to be Glinda. And in Les Miserables, for example, Eponine's sacrifice born out of love is one of the most beautiful love stories I've ever seen. But her part in the story is all too often forgotten. Why are the kind ones in a story always a side character? I want to start a revolution of kindness, of choosing love over hate, of celebrating and cherishing our differences. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing unique about me or my story of disability and long-term illness. I'm not some warrior princess or anything. I'm just an average person dealing with a condition that pretty much sucks, but I want to use it to help others. Life deals everyone some hard lessons, and I feel like I've been in the darkness more times than I can count. When you're in the darkness, you can't see others, but they're there, and I'm sure we've all been there. I've been blessed that each and every time that I'm at that dark place, I can look inside myself with the light of kindness which illuminates my way. I want to share that what I have with others, with you, because I firmly believe that in the process of sharing, connection is made and we become stronger together. Thank you.
Catrina, I don't have words, thank you.
Thanks.
I would like to be part of your revolution of kindness.
Yes, everyone is welcome.
I think we would all like to join. Thank you.
You have been listening to the People First podcast. Please like and subscribe for more episodes.